Hey, what's up guys? Carlo here with another copywriting tutorial. Today we're gonna see the anchoring effect. This is basically a bias where people think differently when they see the first information. It's called the anchoring effect because basically you see the first thing, the first benefit, the first data, and then from there you draw your conclusions. So you're being biased by that one thing. I'm gonna show you exactly what this means. So basically, this is used a lot in marketing, and obviously copywriting has a lot to do with marketing. So it's this shirt, right? And let's say that I tell you like, guess what is the price of this shirt, right? And this is the tag, it says $300. So guess what is the price of this shirt. Probably you're gonna say a number around 300 and 100, right? You're gonna guess like, yeah, it's probably from, obviously it's pretty hard because this picture doesn't tell you anything. Maybe now it does, maybe. But basically when you see the thing, it makes you feel like it's worth more than it actually is. So this is a really a technique that is really used in the marketing world a lot, because now if you guess that it's around 300, around 100, because you don't know anything, right? You don't know anything about this shirt, so you start guessing from the point that they give you. It's called anchoring because you put your anchor and it's harder to drag yourself from that point. So you're basically, with copywriting, you're telling people what is the point that they should drag on and give it so much value. So let's say that you're selling a course and they don't know anything about the course, but you tell them like, have you seen those sales pages that they tell you like, the value of this part of the course is $1,000, videos another $1,000, templates another $1,000, total value $10,000, but today it's only 500. So they're telling you, they're anchoring yourself so you feel like that price is not a lot. The biggest example is this one. If I tell you, let's say that's a dollar sign, that this is the price of the shirt, that it has a discount, right? It was 600, now it's 300. You're gonna guess that the price, that the actual price, it was around 400 to 500, right? Because you say like, okay, this is a sale, this is a huge sale, and you see this everywhere, in every store, online business, everywhere. I actually know one company that actually always says that their stuff is worth $200, but just today is 15 bucks, and it's always like that. I actually knew a store in a mall that it's near my house that everything they sold was in permanent discount, right? That's always on sale, and that wasn't true because the price was actually the same as other stores, but it had a discount. So you anchor it and you feel like it's a sale because you don't know about it, you don't have a reference, right? It's different if you do have a reference and you do know that these kind of shirts are only worth $100, right? So it applies to copywriting because if you actually want to sell, the anchoring effects not only applies to prices, but it also applies to expectations. So if you tell people the benefits of your product at the beginning, you're anchoring them to those benefits. They're gonna start looking for those things in the rest of the copy. So the thing here, guys, is that it's something in your brain, maybe the ego or some psychological effects, that when you think about something at the beginning, the first benefit, you start trying to prove yourself right. So the ego works in this way where you're always trying to prove yourself right. So if you tell a benefit like, yes, you're gonna be able to grow your audience from your email audience, let's say your email list, from 1,000 to 10,000, you're gonna make a conclusion first, like, this may be possible, maybe not, and then you're gonna try to prove yourself right. Let's say that you think, okay, it's impossible to grow my audience in 1 week from 1,000 to 10,000. So you're telling you're anchoring yourself, your opinion, in that it's not possible. And the rest of the copy, you're gonna start looking for those things that prove you right. They might prove you wrong, but you're biased. We're all so biased that knowing that human beings are biased and we're always looking for what we want, you're gonna find what you look for, right? If you know, if you think that, let's say, someone is a guru, is a scammer, you're gonna see their videos and you're gonna find exactly every word and every sentence he says that's referring to a scam. You're gonna say, like, he said in the first minute 20 seconds he said this thing, and it proves that he's a scammer, right? So as human beings, what you focus on, you're gonna get more of that. So in copywriting, in marketing, we try to anchor people where we want them to anchor themselves. So you tell exactly the benefit, exactly the way, the point where you want them to have their perspective, and then keep going. So if you tell them this shirt was $600 but now it's $300, you know that their anchor, it's around $300 and $600. So they're gonna be able to pay more, even though if this shirt cost only $50, right? I don't tell you to do that exactly, but to see the power of this, it works really well. With great power comes great responsibility, as always, but you need to anchor people out, because if you don't, people are gonna anchor themselves in whatever they want, and we don't want so much free space. We don't want so much space for interpretation, right? Our copy needs to be open. We need people to make their own guesses, their own interpretations, but if we can anchor them, we're gonna do it. A really quick tip before I finish out is give people 3 benefits at the beginning, just quickly, like really big benefits. Rather than tell them buy this car, tell them, what if, let's say, that save $100 in gas, or drive safely with your family, arrive on time, arrive earlier to your job, have more time with your family because you spent less time driving, something like that. People are gonna start looking for those things in the copy, so they're gonna prove themselves right or wrong. I actually do this in my benefit. When I'm reading something, I try to just look at it really quickly and find the sub headlines, right? And just think about them. What do I think about them? What do I think they're gonna tell me in that subject, in that part of the copy, and then prove myself right or wrong. So I'm gonna be always focusing on those things. So if you tell people 3 benefits, the benefits that you know they want, that your audience want, they're gonna be biased all the copy into looking to those things and how they are right or they're wrong. So the true power of this is that even though your copy, let's say it's really long, but there's 3 benefits, people are gonna see only because, apart parentheses, people always will skim out your copy, right? They're not gonna read word by word. They're gonna just scroll down and see the things that get their attention. So let's say that your copy is 10 pages long, and you put every single argument, you put every single thing that is related to those 3 benefits, but people actually just read one. But it doesn't really matter, because it's the one that's gonna convince them, right? So you have highest probabilities of getting people convinced or persuade into buying that thing. Let's say another quick example. When you're posting in Instagram and you post carousels that are basically just 10 pictures, 10 slides, right? You have higher probabilities of people actually seeing something that they like, that it's interesting, that they're gonna learn, because there's 10 pictures. The title is always the same. The first slide is always the same. It's like the thumbnail of a YouTube video. When people see the thumbnail, they're always gonna look for that answer that you promised them at the beginning. So if today I tell you, like, use the anchoring effect to sell more, you're gonna look for that answer through the whole video. You're gonna see, okay, here is where he says the answer. right? So anchor people out, tell them exactly what they should look for, the benefits. Hope it makes sense. This is a really powerful psychological effect. If you want to learn more, look at my Instagram account where I share daily tips that are more digestible, easier to understand. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one. Peace out.